Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So I gotta sit there and say, and it still sounds weird me saying this, but Days was the MVP of today. It was definitely the MVP of today, and I understand something. I've been watching GH since high school. Okay. And, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, about today's episode. It almost seemed like they were stalling for reasons that I've talked about in GH, between actors missing and whatever. The point is, and holidays, the point is, it felt like it was stalling. And this episode brung the heat. So, Lucas now knows that Philip is alive. Turns out that Lucas was the one that orchestrated the kidnapping of Sammy. Bro, when he said that, you know, after hearing everything about Philip, he was like, I'm gonna top you. Alright, I got one better for you. You thought you went out on a limb for love? Nah, I got you covered. So now I'm sitting up there like, alright, I mean, what are you saying? Like, I'm kind of interested. What is it? I mean, even Philip was like, alright, what is it? And when he said that he kidnapped Sammy, I threw my pen, I was like, what the I was like, what? Bro, you're supposed to... Here's the thing, I can expect Philip to do something like this, you know? Lucas comes across as more rational and logical and all that other stuff. So when he said that he kidnapped Sammy, I was like, alright, hold on. I'm glad I'm sitting down for this one. Let me rewind that, because I could have swore I just heard he really said that. Okay. I don't even know what to make of that. I really don't. Kate comes up with an idea with Victor. Because at this point, it's like Philip will be facing jail time. And like I said yesterday, this man needs therapy. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with needing therapy. And I'm glad that it's, you know, he's getting it, because this just proved right there that you need therapy. Okay, I'm not even going to sit there and try to make a joke out of it. I mean, I think that therapy would be good for a lot of people. But Kate is like, alright, well, you know, Victor's like, well, what are we going to do about Brady? Because we not letting him stay in jail any longer for, you know, for not killing Philip. So what are we going to do? So they get Bella over 1 second. They get Bella over and they decide to revoke their whole declaring Philip dead. And, you know, Kate's like, well, you know, I'm doing this because, you know, I want to believe that Philip is alive, and, you know, Brady shouldn't have to sit there and go to jail for, you know, a crime that he didn't commit or whatever. You know, we want to believe our son is alive. And, you know, when Kate walked into the room and, Victor looked like he was still crying and stuff like that, I was like, damn. I actually feel kind of bad for him. Now, granted, I say I feel kind of bad for him, and this is coming from a newcomer. Okay, I'm still feel like I'm sort of new. What I've heard from some people, Victor has been around the block doing some things that, well, let's just sit there and say it's bad. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's a father. He may be extremely disappointed at Philip and what he does, but, I mean, he's a parent. You know, he's going to love Philip regardless. No matter how angry he gets, that's, you know, that's half of his heart. So, once he found out that Philip was alive, he was like, I'm sorry, what? But, yeah, that's the best thing for him. Now, I guess the tricky part is going to be getting him out of, well, the pub upstairs. I mean, what was he gonna do? I guess he's just gonna wait till the dead of night and just. It should be interesting to see how he's gonna get him out. I'm assuming that they're gonna do it off camera because, I mean, sometimes I like to sit there and go to the store and get food. And, you know, I get kind of hungry. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but it'll be interesting. I mean, it's still gonna be a bit of fallout though. You know, like Brady is gonna have that over his head that he might have killed Philip over Chloe. Which I did like their talk between Lucas and Philip, you know. Philip owning up to his mistakes. You know, Lucas like, well, you know, you've been pushed over to the edge. I was like, no. We're making progress. We're not trying to go backwards, okay? This is you sitting there trying to justify some of the antics that he's done, and we're not trying to go backwards, okay? I like this taking ownership of my life. I mean, it's kind of at rock bottom at this point, but it's still a start. So yeah. Sammy wants to save her marriage. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. I really don't care. Talks to Bella. You know, there was one point where, here's the thing. Sammy asked about Marlena and asked how Brady was doing. So she was like, alright, well, I asked those questions, so I need you to represent me. And Bella was like, well, you know, everything that's going on, and this what you could sit there and think about is your marriage? I'm like, well, I mean, I don't normally like to agree with Sammy on anything. I don't care if she sits there and tells me the sky is blue. I may sit there and check her for a minute, but I mean, she can't do anything about Brady's situation. She can't do anything about Marlena's situation. So the only thing she can really focus on is her marriage. No matter how dysfunctional or toxic may be, that's what she wants to focus on. But Bella turns it down mostly for the fact of, you know, conflict of interest. And also, she says it's a losing case because, you know, EJ practically told her to kick rocks. And EJ's not the type of person that just says something. Like, when a guy says... When he says something, he genuinely means it. Anyway, she talks to Johnny. Now, Johnny was getting caught up on everything between the possession, and now Sammy's kidnapping, and also the fact that EJ's like, yeah, I'm still going with the divorce. And Johnny did say something kind of interesting. Johnny was like, because Johnny found out that EJ, one second. You know, EJ said that he's dating Nicole now, you know, and like, oh, well, I'm with somebody new, I'm with Nicole. And Johnny was like, didn't you cheat on Sammy with Nicole? And EJ was like, what's your point? Really? Really? You really just over your head. What's your point? I'm not even gonna sit there and say at this point. I'm not even gonna. Nope, not doing it. Now, Chanel does come over. You know, Chanel was, you know, talking to Paulina, apologizing, getting caught up on the fact that Marlena is possessed by the devil. Also, Lonnie shows up. And Lonnie was with Eli. Flowers for scent, candy, all that stuff, you know, from Paulina. And at first, you know, Lonnie was like, oh, I just wish you just leave me alone. I'm like, well, why don't you be an adult and actually talk about it? So Eli said the same thing. You're going to have to sit there and deal with it sooner or later. So Lonnie goes over there to talk to Paulina. And it's like, yo, listen, those flowers, I'm giving it to somebody else in the hospital. Stop sending me stuff. I want no parts of you. And you can pretty much kick rocks. She does talk to Chanel, and they are happy that they are sisters and stuff like that. But with that being said, you know, Lonnie's like, alright, you need to kind of stay in your lane. This is between me and her. Kick rocks, I want no parts of you. Be gone. And she just walks out. Now, Chanel was like, you know, listen, why don't you come with me to Johnny's place? We're having a big dinner, and you know, we're all gonna get together, you know, because Johnny wants, you know, his parents to meet Paulina. So they get everyone together, you know, because Johnny's not there talking to Sammy, and is just happy to see her, and kind of feels bad for, you know, not really thinking much of when Sammy did call her. But, you know, Sammy's like, it's water on the bridge, it's no big deal, and she's just happy that she has, you know, her family and everyone together. So, you know, Johnny's like, you know, Chanel's going to be here in a little bit, you know, I want you to meet her, and yada, yada, yada. So, Paulina comes in there, and, you know, Paulina looks around the house like, oh, this house is very, interesting. It almost looked like she was kind of creeped out. I mean, hell, it's not like she went to Castle Island or anything, but, so they all meet up, and Johnny and, Chanel make an announcement. And the announcement is that they got married while they were in Italy. And Paulina has that look of like she ate something that was just really bad. Like, it could smell bad, and she just tried to force herself to eat it anyway, and she just had that look. That was that look. Okay? Sammy was surprised. EJ, I think he was just confused. I don't even know if... I can't really describe EJ's look, because I don't know if he's mad. I don't know if he's surprised. I don't know if he's angry. I have no idea the look on his face. I mean, for the most part, him and EJ seemed like they were vibing pretty well. Which is apparently a rarity now. But they seem like they were vibing pretty well. So, I'm going to be honest. I am really looking forward to Days Tomorrow. Either way. You know what's really crazy? Again, I've been watching GH for a while. The show that I'm looking forward to watching is Days of Our Lives. And I still have to come to terms with that. Like, when did that actually... Anyway, let's double check my notes. I feel like that's about it for the most part. You know, when I got home, started to take a little bit of a nap. Because I was up since 4 o'clock this morning, working at 6, and I was like, you know what, let me take a little bit of a nap, because I don't want to sit there and just start doing a review, and I'm like kind of tired, I'm kind of out of it, I'm just kind of going through the motions, you know. So I was like, let me take a nap. Of course, that nap pushed everything back. But, you know, thing is, I'd rather be well rested and come in and do a review and just be, well, excited or mad or something, and not feel like I'm just, yeah, and then this happened and that happened, and, you know, like, blah, blah. I don't like feeling like a zombie. I don't like feeling like a zombie when I'm at work, especially when I'm doing this. So apologies for being so late. Thank you for watching. Still, if anyone's still watching it right now, I really appreciate it. With that being said, I'm gonna go. So yeah, thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.